Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
A manhunt underway in California. Police want to know who is responsible for shooting 10 people and taking the lives of 4. And let's take a look outside. It is a beautiful sunny day, and actually we're slowly getting out of those very cold temperatures. Our meteorologist Brandon Rue has our full forecast. And there is a major announcement in the push for regional transit in Metro Detroit. We have breaking news right now. Take a look at this. This is the northbound side of I-275 at Ford Road in the Canton area. It is closed because of a crash involving a semi-truck. Sky 4 over that crash involving an SUV and 2 semi-trucks. We're told that firefighters had to rescue the driver from the SUV, but there are no serious injuries, thankfully. This is still unfolding, though, so northbound I-75, all lanes are closed at Ford Road. We'll continue to keep you updated both here and on clickondetroit.com when that freeway reopens. Also this noon, a major announcement in the push for regional transit. Leaders from around Michigan joined together this morning to announce a major initiative for regional transit for the November 2020 ballot. Business editor Rod Maloney joins us now live this noon to break down what it's all about. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Ronnie. You know, this is one of those, it falls in the category of if at first you don't succeed, try again. That's what's been going on for about the past decade here in Metro Detroit with an attempt to try and get transit going in a much larger fashion. It has been voted down a number of times now because people are concerned about expending tax dollars against this, at least in some spots in northern Oakland County in particular. So what they've done is they've gone ahead and now with new leadership in Oakland County, they have teamed up with Washtenaw and also Wayne County, City of Detroit, to try and come up with a new way to figure out how to get a ballot proposal onto the 2020 ballot. But they need some help from the legislature. The legislature they've gone to asked to get them some flexibility in terms of being able to hold these kinds of referendum elections and get tax dollars to fund mass transit in the region. So we're going to hear from Warren Evans, Wayne County Executive. Also, we're going to hear from Jason Shepard, the bill's sponsor, and then David Coulter, the Oakland County Executive, because I asked him about, in northern Oakland County in particular, where they were concerned about this in years past, what might change. So let's hear from all three of them.
We are leaving way too much homegrown talent out of the system. This is a key step toward a truly inclusive economy. I, for one, am tired of waiting, and I believe this is our best shot at getting there, and I hope our friends in Lansing agree.
This is a very important step for this region. This is a very important step for our state, and I want to stress to all of you, none of this is a mandate. None of this is something that's forced upon the citizens.
I think if I was a resident of Independence Township, I might not have voted for it either. I just don't think the value was there. So we have an opportunity, and we're still working out the details, to increase the value that they see in transit options. But then what we're going to do is once we craft a plan, the voters are also ultimately going to have to approve it. So we're going to go up there and talk to them, and we're going to say, hey, is this what you're looking for?
So essentially what they're trying to do is to get money together, to get tax dollars, get people to vote to tax themselves to increase the regional transit, which many the leaders and the business leaders say is absolutely essential to Metro Detroit's future. You'll notice that Macomb County was not involved. Macomb County believes that their smart system is sufficient, and so they've not joined in this effort. And it's one of those things that voters are likely to get the opportunity to do come this time next year. Reporting live, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
All right, Rod, we'll see what happens. Thank you. Meanwhile, the public impeachment hearings will be resuming tomorrow in Washington, but a new development today could put the hearings in a new light. 8 witnesses are expected to testify over 3 days of these hearings this week as investigators seek more information about President Trump's dealings with the president of Ukraine. On Sunday, the House Speaker invited President Trump to testify and speak for himself if he wanted to. This morning, the president says that he would consider offering testimony in written form, saying he likes the idea. And we have breaking news right now from Oklahoma, where 3 people have been killed in a shooting at a Walmart store there. This is the city of Duncan, Oklahoma. It's about 80 miles south of Oklahoma City. Details are scarce right now. Not a lot of information coming out, but local media there are saying that State Highway Patrol is confirming that 3 people did die in this shooting at a Walmart store in Oklahoma. We will continue to keep you updated as more information comes in. And switching gears here this noon, we want to talk about the weather, and it sounds like it's going to look a little less winter-like as the week goes on.
We've got a good melting day happening as we speak, and another really good melting day later this week, Rhonda. It is, well, we have exceeded expectations already. Look at this, 46 degrees out there. All of the model data this morning was hinting at lower 40s, but here we are with calm winds, no wind chill to worry about. It's 46 Monroe, also in Harrow, Ontario, 44 for you in Pontiac, and 46 up in Flint. We're looking at another degree or 2. Average 48. Could we hit it? I think we will at this point, but the sunshine through the afternoon will help to melt some of that snow. It will be problematic in a few spots tomorrow morning, refreezing, but you can see a lot more sunshine still in play. We have a cool front coming over Lake Michigan, and again, don't expect temperatures to take off, but we will have warming in the 7-day coming up.
All right. Thank you, Brandon. Meanwhile, California police are on a massive search for the shooter or shooters responsible for opening fire at a packed house party in Fresno, California, shooting 10 people, killing 4. Sam Brock is in California with more.
A manhunt is underway in California. Police searching for whoever opened fire Sunday night at a family gathering in Fresno, killing 4 people and wounding 6 others. Authorities say the gunman, or possibly multiple shooters, burst into the backyard party where dozens of friends and family members were watching the Sunday night football game and began shooting.
They fired into the backyard where most of the people were in this party, striking 10 people.
Police now trying to figure out what led to this most recent violence last night that has this community on edge.
This is senseless violence. We're going to do everything we can to find out who the perpetrators are and bring them to justice.
Police are canvassing that Fresno neighborhood right now, looking for surveillance video or witnesses, anything that can help them piece together what happened. They think it is very likely that this was a targeted shooting, and we're worried that it actually could have been worse, with women and children inside the home where this shooting took place. Sam Brock, NBC News, Los Angeles.
Very disturbing. Thank you, Sam. Again, police believe that this was a targeted attack. They say that there was no history of calls for service at the home where the shooting took place. The Detroit twin brothers, who were charged in a violent attack that unfolded in a Coney Island restaurant, have now been sent to prison. Brothers Dwight and Dwayne Samuels were charged with attacking patrons of Nikki D's Coney Island, returning to the restaurant after being told that it was not serving fried mushrooms, not on the menu there. The brothers tried to withdraw their guilty plea to charges of assault with intent to commit murder. Their request was denied. Dwight Samuels was sentenced to 13 to 30 years in prison. His brother, Dwayne's sentence was 11 to 30 years. 2 groups of fans who saw the Detroit Lions lose to the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday at Ford Field were losers themselves when they returned to their cars after the game to find them vandalized. The fans, one group from Toronto, the other from Kalamazoo, found their cars parked next to each other in a lot on Cass and Grand River, and their vehicles had been broken into. Valuables were taken from the cars, including the passports of 2 of the Toronto fans. They were able to get back across the border, though, last night. Detroit police have made no arrests yet in the case. Now that UAW members at both General Motors and Ford Motor Company have ratified new contracts with those companies, the focus is now on Fiat Chrysler automobiles in negotiations with the union. The UAW believes that FCA can afford to pay higher wages because the company has been turning stronger profits on SUV and truck sales. A sticking point could be FCA's large number of temporary and lower paid workers. The union wants to see FCA reduce the number of temporary workers on its assembly lines. And speaking of Ford, Ford Motor Company has taken the wraps off of its long-awaited battery-powered Mustang Mach-E, a new vehicle in the Mustang lineup. The SUV will, with Mustang styling, will get from 230 to 300 miles on a single charge. It will go on sale next fall with a price starting around $44,000. And Ford has begun taking reservations from those who want to be among the first to own and drive one. Still to come, and the protests in Hong Kong take a violent turn over the weekend. Next at noon, China's response to the recent violence. And Britain's Prince Andrew breaking his silence on sexual misconduct allegations and his relationship with sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. More on that after the break.